Previously on BradyBadlyAnimates. AJ, I swear to God, if you make me review the third one, I'm going to get...
Camp, I want a pee-pee?
It's funny because it's I want a pee-pee. So, a couple months ago, I reviewed Fred 2, an absolutely garbage sequel to an absolutely garbage movie. However, of course, there is still one more movie within the Fred franchise that I have yet to talk about, and that would be Fred 3, Camp Fred. Did the Fred creators put their best efforts into their final movie and made an actually decent product to go out with a bang? No, they didn't. In fact, I'd argue that it's the worst one of them all by far. But how is it so? Let's find out. So, remember how I said in the last video how the last thing Fred needed was a musical number? Well, the movie starts with a musical number. It's not very good.
Today is my favorite day. I do hope it's not cliche. It's exactly as I say. To believe me, then just look.
The singing is bad. The lyrics are bad. Fred can barely do the Fred voice anymore, and that's really apparent throughout this movie, but especially in the song.
Today, I love this day, 'cause today is the last day.
Fred also crushes a meatloaf. For some reason.
Die! Die!
Also, one actually kind of massive flaw with the movie is that all the characters are way too old now. Just look at Kevin. He does not look like he fits in with the other high schoolers. He looks like after he's done filming, he has to work his trucking job to feed his two kids. And Fred's age shows throughout the entire movie. Just listen to him trying to do the Fred scream now compared to the first movie. Anyways, so Fred is walking home with Bertha, where this happens.
Ow! Bertha, what was that for?
Fred, you're thinking about that stupid summer camp again, aren't you?
I was thinking about Camp Superior.
So, Fred wants to go to camp for the summer, specifically Camp Superior, which was voted #1 summer camp by Summer Camp Magazine, which we all know is a very real magazine, so it has to be legit.
Did you know it was named the top summer camp in the entire country by Summer Camp Magazine?
So then, he spends way too long packing.
Go down! Damn it!
Isn't it funny because he packed way too much stuff you wouldn't even need to bring to a summer camp? So, Fred is packed and ready to go to Camp Superior. But, oh no, Camp Superior was too expensive, and Fred's mom signs him up for...
Camp, I want a pee-pee, boss.
Now, you see, someone with an average or even slightly above average IQ might not be able to understand the really funny joke they just did. But I, a 400 IQ individual, will explain it to you simpletons. Camp I want a pee-pee sounds like camp I want to pee-pee. Isn't that so funny? Fred's mother's acting is horrendous in this movie, by the way.
I mean, what's the difference? Camp is camp, right? Fred, are you okay?
So then Fred freaks out because he's going to camp I want a pee-pee.
This is gonna be the worst summer ever!
Isn't it so funny when Fred does that? Don't you want to see more of his tantrums? No. Well, too bad.
No, Mom! I changed my mind! No!
Fred then spends nearly 40 seconds screaming on the bus. Are you enjoying this? Are you enjoying this non-stop screaming? Isn't it amazing? You want to see more of this? Yeah, I bet you do, don't ya? And do you notice how I'm dragging this scene out as long as possible so you can really enjoy the full suffering of this clip? So then the movie spends time letting you know how awful this camp is, if it wasn't made clear enough already. The horse there only has 3 legs, and they give the campers bug juice. Is that even legal? I swear, I feel like there's a law broken there somewhere.
I want a pee-pee on you. I want a pee-pee on you. I want a pee-pee on all of you.
Actually, never mind. This is where the law was broken. So then Fred meets this kid named Willie, and he invites him to sit with all these wacky cast of characters. And again, we're expected to believe that Fred is the same age as the rest of them. Like, no, that doesn't work. Meet Shatter, the kid who never speaks. Spoon, the girl who's always eating. And Dig, the kid who likes to dig holes. These names are like if I called the channel, instead of BradyBadlyAnimates, it would be called AnimatorBadlyAnimates. I don't call my friends names based on their hobbies. After that happens, a bunch more stuff happens to establish that the camp is bad, which we didn't need. This movie's plot is so awful in comparison to the other two. Like, as bad as Fred 2 was, at least they get the plot going right away, even if it's a confusing mess. Here, we're only 15 minutes in, and the only thing I could tell you about this plot is that the camp is bad and Fred doesn't like it. Which, no, is not the actual plot we're going to get into later. It just takes so long to set up because the pacing is so awful. Then Fred digs his way out of the cabin, which doesn't make sense considering he could have just used the door that was literally broken down earlier in the day.
Yeah, be the people!
Then a SWAT team shows up and pulls guns on Fred. And then he's put into the food the next day.
Ew, gross. Murray, did you cut a Fred and put him in the gruel?
Why does she say that so calmly like that's a normal thing that happens?
Oh, Mom, I had the most horrible nightmare. I dreamt you sent me to the worst summer camp ever, and also I had this weird, sped-up chipmunk voice that got really annoying after a while.
Being aware your movie is bad doesn't make it any better. Then John Cena comes back and then throws Fred. That's the only good scene in this entire movie. Then Fred rubs his face with poison ivy and then gets sent to the nurse who isn't very good at being a nurse.
Oh, the pain!
Take this, no?
Toothpaste! Aloe!
Hello?
Aloe! Not hello, aloe!
Hello!
Then after this happens, it's nighttime, and the weird old guy at the camp shares a story of the crocodile-moose.
Even the scary stories here are horrible.
So it's a scary story we're looking for? Happened 25 years ago.
Oh, where's my head? What's going on?
You can see his head right there. Where's my head? Take out the bandana from your face. The special effects budget probably was like $5. Then Fred beats up some poor guy in the crocodile-moose costume. He just killed a man. Around this time though, even though we're like 30 minutes in, the actual plot can begin. Fred notices that everyone around the camp is beginning sick.
You know, I think there's something going around camp. Something really bad.
And also that the totally creatively named friends that he met at the start of the movie are being rather suspicious. Oh, for the love of God.
There's something really fishy going on around this camp, and I don't like it one bit!
So then Fred puts on his thinking mustache.
Alright, mustache, time to get to thinking!
So Fred draws the conclusion that the head of the camp is actually a weird rat thing. Yes, this is the plot they're going with now.
It all starts when Floyd and Murray put the strange blue pills in the gruel. The pills make you sicker and sicker as they slowly turn your brain into Swiss cheese. Goo, Chatter, Spoon, and Dig, who are obviously moles working for the camp, take the body away. Then they take it to the rat hole. He's not even human. He's a giant, mutant rat creature!
Then later, Fred goes out, eats a bunch of berries, and then hallucinates. And then Fred raps with the crocodile-moose.
I need food!
I don't feel so good.
Hey there, Fred.
Crocodile-moose?
Do you know what I do when I'm not feeling very good?
What's that?
I rap.
My name is Fred, I'm sick in the head. Mess with me and you're gonna see red.
Yeah, we rule. Yeah, we cool. Open up your mouth and I'll feed you gruel.
Has this review just seemed like me talking about random scenes without like connecting them together? Well, that's because this movie is just a bunch of vaguely connected scenes. This is what actually happens. This isn't me just being bad at reviewing the movie. So, after Fred gets sick from eating the berries, Fred's friends decide that
tonight after everyone goes to sleep, let's show Fred what Camp I Want a Pee-Pee is all about.
No, please don't kill me, I'm too young and it's true.
If Fred thought they were gonna kill him, don't you think he would have tried to flee camp or something? Why is he still staying in the same cabin with the people who he thinks are gonna kill him? So then it's revealed that the rat hole is actually just a hangout spot where they eat food and stuff.
So what's this do?
So it's revealed that them sneaking in bodies is just them getting food delivered to the hole. And the reason everyone was sick was because they just wanted to see the attractive nurse.
I guess the sick boy to sick girl ratio did lean heavily towards the boy side.
Well, the main conflict actually got over pretty quickly and solved just like that, right? So the movie can end now? Well, you'd think that, but I guess the director realized there was still like 40 minutes left of the movie. So now the plot's just from, is the camp head really a rat creature? To this plot about the summer camp games. Wonderful.
The ghoul wants to compete in the summer camp games. There's no way we can win.
Of course there isn't.
There's no possible way that voice could belong to Kevin.
Get it? Because the voice belongs to Kevin.
Hilarious.
I'm laughing.
Currently dying right now due to my laughter. Snap! You just got Kevin, dog!
Can this movie just end already, for the love of God? What even is there to say at this point? So, then the summer camp games begin, and Fred accidentally knocks out their best player.
This would usually be the moment where I accidentally do something that screws everything up. Here you go, Hugh. There it is.
So after the first day, Camp Superior's ahead by 70 points. So, then Fred motivates everyone by telling them why the camp sucks. No, I'm not kidding.
We're winners at being losers. We're the best at being worst. We're the best at being the worst. We're the best at being the worst.
So then the next day happens, where Will burps really loud, the girl who always eats wins the eating contest, and the kid who digs holes wins at arm wrestling. Wow, who would have ever thought that would happen? And now, Camp I Want a Pee-Pee is down by only 20 points.
Final event, the talent show. This year will be a songwriting competition. The winning camp will be awarded 30 points.
Wow, that's exactly enough for them to win the contest. I wonder if they're going to win or not. So then they sing a song about being losers. I would say, no, I'm not kidding, but at this point, I could just say anything and it'd be believable that it happened in the movie. So then Fred gains access to the nuclear launch codes and fires one at Los Angeles.
But seriously, you guys are jerks. It's time for the losers to have the spotlight for once. Hit it, Lawrence.
Where'd they get the bubbles?
This is for the losers. Sing it all night long. We're the losers. There's nothing wrong with being losers.
Camp I Want a Pee-Pee.
Unsurprisingly, they win the contest. So then, the camp closes for the summer.
I'd like to say one last time, I want a pee-pee on you.
Isn't it funny? He said, I want a pee-pee on you. Laugh. Laugh, I said. And then we never heard from Fred again. Thank goodness, because this movie was awful. It's the worst Fred movie by far. Where this movie fails the worst compared to the other two Fred movies is that it's completely directionless. It takes way too long to get to the main plot, then it's resolved quickly and it just turns into your average summer games flick. While the other two Fred movies were horrible, at least they kept the same plot going throughout. The first one was about Fred trying to impress the hot girl at school. The second one was him believing his teacher was a vampire. The third one is like, he thinks that the camp is bad and then the head of the counselor is a rat creature, but it's actually just a hangout spot and then they win summer camp games. Yeah, there's just nothing to say about this movie. 2.5 out of 10. This movie was awful.
This is for the losers. Sing it